So we just upgraded to 4-axis expert. So in the expert configuration, you have everything that was in the standard and the basic that we just talked about. So in the expert, the type of parts, primarily what you get in expert is 4-axis machining. So if you have parts that are radial in nature that you want to machine, and if your machine has 4-axis capability, if it has a radial axis that you can either attach to your router or built into the configuration of the machine, you can take advantage of the expert configuration and cut parts on a radial axis. Similar to lathe, but different types of operation types that you can do in 4-axis. Again, we're starting in standard. So we're going to add to that the expert, which gives you all of the advanced 2-axis in the standard, okay? And you also get T-slotting and knife cutting and some more. And then over to the advanced 4-axis operation types, you get, in the expert, you get all of our 4-axis features, all of the toolpath features, all of the other auxiliary or utility features in 4-axis. You get facing pocketing profiling. You get 4-axis parallel finishing. These many of these are continuous 4-axis operations. So you got projection pocketing, engraving, drive surface machining, and then as far as utility, you get radial indexing and more. So if you're interested or have parts that you need to cut on a radial axis and you have the capability on your machine, just run the product in the expert configuration. And also I want to mention that also in the product, there are quick start guides for each configuration. So you can, rerun the product in a higher configuration, go through the quick start guide, and you'll get a very good understanding of what the capabilities are. Okay, so expert, you get standard, and you get additional features that are in the expert configuration. Standard down here on the left, add to that 4-axis expert configurations. In expert, as we mentioned, you can cut radial parts, 4-axis parts. So here is a typical 4-axis part that you would want to cut. Go ahead, Joe. You want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, it's you're saying radial, but typically people understand it as rotary parts. So yeah, if you have a rotary axis, yeah, then you will be using this module. So go ahead.
So you can do some roughing, okay? And these are indexed operations. We call that 4+1. So we got the parallel finishing with the continuous. So that's the 4, and then these 3-axis, refer to that as 4+1 or indexed 4-axis.
So do you want to run the simulation real quickly on this to show the
Yeah, we can do that.
So what we're doing here is we're actually locking the axes in the first setup, machining the top, and rotating the table to expose the bottom part, and then roughing that, and then finally doing a rotary finishing, complete continuous rotary finishing. So that's the top half. Then we're roughing the bottom, and then finally doing the finish, rotary finish.
And again, these lines you see are just in the simulation. Let's go back in here and let's turn these off. Okay. So that's 4-axis.
This module, so yeah, so this module you'll be using for parts like this, people use it for table legs and machining, things of that nature. Anything that's rotary but has milling features on it. For instance, those little grips that you have on this bottle Obviously, you can't run it on a turning machine, so you'll have to use a 4-axis milling machine. That's where this module will be used. So thank you, Don.
Okay, and let's go over the menus real quick. Basically the same stock options. These are the same. 2-axis, you actually get knife cutting. I don't think that was in the Pro or the standard. So you get additional knife cutting and hole profiling, hole pocketing, and hole profiling. Okay. If you need to machine very accurate holes, these are the 2 operation types that you want to use. Okay. And so you get the basics of the standard 3-axis operations that are in standard. Okay. In addition to that, you get all of the 4-axis continuous operations. You also get rotary instancing and all of these different 4-axis, continuous 4-axis machining types. Again, you get all the holes, and then you get knowledge bases, and you get the same operations down here. So we went to the